Manchester United is back against the yo-yo team Southampton, slapping them 3-0. Rashford is back. Onana is back. Meanwhile, Arsenal basically made history against their local rivals, Tottenham. And Haaland continues his scoring streak. What does that mean for the weekend game? All this and more will be discussed in today's episode of ROP. Before we do, please make sure you're subscribed and subscribe if you're new or yet to do so. Like the content because it's going to be a very, very fantastic episode. And please leave your comments on the games that we're going to be previewing and reviewing as well. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ROP, Run of Play podcast with your guys. I'm Dr. Tove. We've got Jude back wearing the jersey. How are you doing, Jude?
We're doing good. We're doing good over here.
Man United is back. I can see he's smiling again. He's feeling great. We also have our another United fan, Sir Dixon. How are you doing, Dixon, today?
I'm doing good. Welcome, everybody. Good to have you all on board.
Yes, I'm guessing Ten Hag is in again.
Welcome.
Ten Hag in. And we also have the Ten Hag defender, aka our moderator, Sheon T. How are you feeling today, Mr. Sheon?
I'm doing well. It's not easy to score 7 goals or 10 goals in 2 games.
And Rashford scoring 2 as well, 2 in 2. Oh, 3 in 2, 3 in 2. Wow.
Not considered. Not considered.
Rashford is in very good form right now. And just to spend 2 seconds on the game that we just saw yesterday, right? The 7-0 victory. And why, unlike everyone who wants to, temper their statements, hedge all their comments, I'm bullish, very bullish. Reason being that, prior to the Southampton game, the narrative from those of us who defend the manager is that the stats don't quite match up with the results. So if you look at the stats, we're playing well, XG is high, defending well, getting possession, but the results against Brighton and against Liverpool did not reflect the actual data. But nobody wanted to hear that because we lost. So now I think the fruit of our labor is ripe. We're starting to reap the rewards of the progress that we did throughout the summer
against Southampton
and
Barnsley.
And it's going to be against Crystal Palace as well. And we can just jump into the first preview for the weekend because United are going away to Crystal Palace. I feel very confident, even though Crystal Palace is a tough team. They signed Nketiah over the summer. So their front three, Nketiah, Mateta, and Eze, and they have this new manager that wants to play progressive football and everything.
Yes.
I'll start with, Julio to my right. How do you feel about the game against Crystal Palace? Confidence, not so confident?
I would say before the Southampton game, it was really shaky. But I think it's a build-up, which is what I like, right? We moved from Southampton to Barnsley, giving them that confidence to practice that formation. I think that was what they were trying against Liverpool. But Liverpool was a better team catching us off guard.
Right. What about Brighton?
Brighton was a 50-50. Okay. It was a 50-50 game. We could have won that game. It was whoever that led that game early would have won. If Man U had gone that goal, Garnacho scored.
Yes. But you guys were 2-1. Anyways, old school news.
It was cancelled now. If it were 2-1, you would have created a confusion in Brighton and Man U would have taken advantage of that. But I think they have to be careful because Crystal Palace is not like Southampton. They're going to take those chances when they have it. I think the Southampton game, the part I watched for the first half was like they had some chances before Man U woke up like second half and started balling them. So if we shouldn't, I hate the aspect we have to wait for us to either get that moment where they are trying to score us before we are now making attempt. I need us to start from the get-go and let's be like, sorry to say, Arsenal last season, just from the get-go
right.
And scoring. Okay. Don't be conservative. Maybe against a big team, we can try to balance the game, but it's looking more positive.
So you're calling for United to be like Arsenal? No, I just wanted to put that on record. That's all.
not the correct Arsenal.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that, Drew.
It's too late. It's too late.
the other United fan on the panel, Dixon. I mean, what about this United team scares you, right? Because we beat Southampton 3-0. We just flogged these guys 7-0. But I'm sure, like Jude, you're also not entirely super confident about Crystal Palace, or you're not sure if United will be able to pull it through. So, like, what about this team, like, scares you or concerns you?
Is the inconsistency, if you ask me.
Mm,
So
mm,
let's look at last season, for example. We could go to Brighton and play a stalemate, nil-nil, and 2 weeks after we are beating City in the FA Cup final.
mm.
So it's the inconsistency. Even before we beat Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final, I think we drew or lost a game in the league to a small team. So it's you're not sure the United team that will turn up basically. So for me, it's scary because I want to watch my team knowing that we're going to be on the front foot. We might not win, but let's be on the front foot in the game. Let's
Like
dominate.
Arsenal, have you?
Eh?
Like Arsenal, have you?
Mm, maybe
Don't
like
answer
Duke said,
that. Don't answer
Arsenal of
that.
last season.
No, don't answer that. I was fucking with you.
So
The
maybe like Arsenal of last season because this season, maybe the season is still very young to say for them. So, but my
mm.
point is, what scares me about United the most is the inconsistency. I'm not sure what United team will turn up and how they will turn up. And then
So
we still
some
have that fear at the back.
yeah.
I don't know if I would ever be confident in Onana. I don't know if he would ever win.
Yeah, no, Dixon, I wanted to some follow-up notes, right? So assuming Onana is not the worst person in the world, assuming he's able to find some 6.5, 7/10 form, right? We don't need him to be there or anything, but he's not just the clown that he was before. Then we've added Mazraoui, who I think looks very
It's a
decent.
very good addiction. Yes, yes,
Very, very,
yep,
very good addition.
yep,
I think Delete and Martinez can only get stronger together. And
yes.
if Euro comes back and having Maguire as the fourth choice, no longer first choice, fourth choice centre back at United makes a difference. And then on top of that, everybody that we've added, Xerxes, up front, Hoyland to come back from injury, Ahmad looks good. And then the manager's decision making with respect to, Rashford is getting subbed before Ahmad. Many United fans, wanted Ahmad to be the person who, was leading the line on that right wing or something. So, are you seeing any improvements at all in either Ten Hag decision making or in the attitude of the players that might show that there's a difference between this season and last season?
I think I'll go with the latter, the attitude of the players. I think I've seen improvement.
Okay.
Like, because first off, you look at defensively, the presence of what is his name, Mazuari,
Yeah.
has made so many people to be on their toes. Now I think they put in better shift, and then you also look at up front. The fact that okay, Bruno may start as first nine, meaning a natural striker will be on the bench, or Zig will start. Do you understand? It makes
Yeah.
everyone, and then maybe the pressure also on Rashford has also made him to be on his toes. So I think attitude of player this season, I've seen them cover more distance, seen them run more, I've seen them try to win the ball. Maybe result has not always gone our way, but in terms of output, what they've given, I think I've seen them give more on the pitch.
Yeah, yeah. Dr. Toves, if you're recording now, and if you can find it in yourself to be objective somehow or the other, right? Let's just get your own take on United's performance against Southampton, the 7-0. The same questions for you as well. If you see anything changing or different, or if we're just fooling ourselves.
So from the outside looking in, I think you guys are just fooling yourselves. To be
Okay,
honest.
of course.
Yeah.
No. Why
No,
did I
no, no.
even bother, right?
I'm
Yeah.
going to explain. I'm going to
Explain.
explain why. Because
Okay.
I'm going to explain why because most times when people watch football, they only watch their own team. They forget to
Mm,
look at the opponent as the opposition as
Mm.
well. And if you look at the tactics of the opposition, it was all over the place. It was just kind of like the Fulham game. The Southampton didn't know what they were doing. Like they were scared of you guys. It just came for relegation. The players didn't know what they were doing. Kamaracha, look at that penalty. Come on, man. Look,
mm,
is that a good penalty? Even the rebound, the header was not even. There's no confidence in the rebound header. So it is good on one hand, as you guys are saying, because Rashford scored, everyone is feeling great. Barnsley as well, like the game, there was so much tension. The Barnsley guys were literally passing to you guys,
Mm.
giving giving your strikers troopers, giving Garnacho troopers, giving Rashford troopers, passing the ball to Ericsson. Like you guys had an easier opposition. So while you might say that it feels like United is back, I just think it's good for mentality's sake. But Crystal Palace is going to be a different opposition, as you rightly mentioned earlier.
Absolutely.
Their coach knows what they are doing. They are well
Mm.
organized. They are good on the counter attack. On counter attack, Mateta has found form. There's no more Jordan Ayew that's going to be wasting balls,
Yeah.
trying to be selfish. So Eze is playing well this season. So I think it's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough game for United.
If United
And
manage to see it through, are you open to changing your mind about?
again, it
Um,
depends on now.
I
I
explain.
think that will give a better indication because Crystal Palace is not scared of United.
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
they're going to be at home as well, so
Yeah.
they are the home team. It will be a better judge of character or judge of tactics to
Right.
see whether United is back or not. That's
Um.
what I have to say. Outside looking in,
Yeah, Johnny Boy, also from the outside looking in, if you're with us at all, right, I would add some more context that if you compare, because United last season, we also played against newly promoted teams. In the Carling Cup or Carabao Cup, we also played against League One teams. But last year it was difficult. Against Coventry, it was 3-3. I can't remember who we played against, Luton Town, that it was that we were leading 2-0 and they came back to equalize 2-2. Right? Every single game was difficult last year. So even against these so-called small teams,
not every game from January when you guys were no
pretty
longer in the
much
title race.
every game was difficult for United last season. From Wolves, from the first game of the season when we won 1-0 but conceded 20 shots. From then to the end of the season, it was just a nightmare. But against the same type of teams, we were seeing 7-0 that we didn't see before, clean sheet 3-0 that we didn't see before. Does it mean anything to you at all, Johnny Boy, or are you where Dr. Toves is? Bubble is about to burst in a few days.
I'm more with Dr. Toves because, to be honest with you, if we are being sincere,
Okay.
Southampton just came from the second division, right? And you can see the way they are playing. They're not playing confident
Yeah.
at all. In fact, I think one of the
That's
teams I
different.
tipped to go
Yes,
back down was Southampton, and I tipped them for a reason because first of all, I looked at their transfer market, transfer window. They didn't really buy anybody of repute to come to their team. And second of all, they still started the season. They started the season poorly, so I expected United to win, even though I predicted Southampton to draw the game. Then Barnsley, I mean, come on. It, I mean, Barnsley is no, it's no, we don't need to go on about that. I think they're in Division 2 or 3. I don't know.
exactly. They came to the mighty Old
I
Trafford. They're
mean,
all
if
scared and
Man U
shook.
doesn't even win that much against Barnsley with the squad I saw put out, because you guys put out a good quality team, if we're being honest, that team can actually play a regular team in the Premiership, and I expect them to win. So I expected,
Mm.
Which I think I can give Tenak credit for that as well because your players need confidence, so you put them out
yeah,
to
yeah,
to
true,
as a
true.
training
At least
training
Rashford has
session and
scored
get
in
them to
back-to-back
cook.
games.
I would
So that's
I
fine.
would also note that our starting two of our starting centre backs did not start. Our starting keeper didn't play. We played
Is
Toby
that
Coley
Maguire
as left
started?
back. We,
Maguire is
Maguire
your
I
is
mean,
our
starting
I
fourth
centre
mean,
choice
back.
he
centre back.
couldn't
No,
have.
he's not. He's our fourth
No, no.
choice.
In your mind,
Not in my mind. There's Martinez, Delete, and Lenny Euro before Maguire, which is why we brought all those guys, right? So he's the fourth choice. Johnny Evans is fifth choice. Both of them played. So Coley played at left back, right? Casemiro is not going to start against Crystal Palace because now that Ogata is here, it's going to be Mino and Bruno. And Mino didn't play today. Bruno came on later in the game. So did Ahmad. Xerxes, our striker, didn't
I
play
mean,
either. So squad depth, I think, is what you mean to
all those
is what
all
you mean
those
to be
guys cannot be played
highlighting,
against
right? I think you
Barnsley
mean to
now.
be complimenting us.
I'm dancing because Sunday will be great. Yes.
Right. No, that's fair. Well, like a quick segue to another team that
Maybe
is.
before we go, can we predict? While we're here, can we predict Crystal Palace,
Oh, I
Manchester
thought we
No,
were
we'll do
ending
at
United?
the
that at
end
the
now.
end.
No, because we are here. There's no need to go to the end. We are here now.
Okay.
We are here now.
So United victory. I'll start. United victory. I think we're going to score 3 goals. So 3-1 or
Who's
3-0.
who's home? Who's home?
Which one?
It's Crystal
Crystal
Palace
Palace
at
at home.
home. 3-1.
3-1 United.
Yeah.
Dixon, which was your own prediction?
Why are you asking the United fans?
Because now game now. We start with now a game, so we keep on a game first.
Want to
I don't know. For some
gauge
reason,
it?
I'm thinking it's going to be a high scoring game. Maybe like a 3-2 United.
Okay. Oh, no clean sheets. Jude.
I'm leaning toward that 3-2, but I think I'll go lower.
But Onana is back now.
I'll just say 2-1 United
2-1 United. For me, yeah. I'm not good at predictions, but I'm just hoping. I always go what I hope for. So I
draw.
hope for a draw. Exactly. A 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw. That's what I'm going for. AZ to score one and Nketiah to score another one. Um, Johnny boy,
I
what
go
are you
for a
going
draw
for?
as well. Because I
What's your
like you
prediction,
said, I
sir?
don't think Palace is going to be scared of them. So I go for a draw. 1-1.
Go what? 1-1. I was thinking to now keep it 2-2. Let's keep it 2-2. All right. So yeah, that's it.
And
I'm sorry.
Nketiah
Yeah,
kind of
please get
maybe
on with
likes
it.
Man
No,
United.
yeah, I wanted
Nketiah
to move
might,
on to and
the Arsenal rivalry with United might come up. So you never can tell. Nketiah.
Against which defense? It depends on the defense
I
is
thought
playing.
if I heard that Nketiah score anything,
it's
I beg you.
he scored.
Um,
Martinez was there.
It's not
Martinez
even
was
going
there
to
when he
start,
scored.
to be
Now,
honest.
Lisandro,
But
you're
yeah.
hyping. He was there.
They should come and score again now.
don't
Maybe it's
worry now. I
watch it.
mean, this is we're not going to talk too much. It's going to be on. It's going to be on Sunday. I'll be Saturday. We just signed somebody, Ugarte. Even if he's bleeding, they wanted to tear his leg. He still wanted to play. The guy is a beast. Don't worry, we're coming for you. But I want to move on to another team that is people see as a comparable to United, Tottenham. Last season they brought in Ange and Postecoglou. He was the flavor of the town when he first
For
started
the
with Mr.
first 10
Hoyland.
games.
Against Chelsea. For the first 10 games, he was the flavor of
He
talk of
was
the town.
topping the table, top
It
of
was
the
topping the
chart.
table. Against Chelsea when they went down to 9 men, it was still a very exciting game. So the fans loved him, the media loved him, but now he's under pressure and he seems to be rattled, right? So his responses to questions in interviews seem kind of like weird or unhinged. I was going to go to Jude, but Dixon, we can start with you. Sack watch. Do you think Postecoglou? Do you think we should put hands on the because they just struggled to beat Coventry now 2-1, right? And
Mm-hmm.
he has promised that in his second year he always wins trophies. He's getting combative with reporters. So I mean, should we put Ange on our sack watch? Overhyped or
I we have to look at the caliber of coaches that have coached sports and came out with a dent on their CV. So you have Conte. Conte has coached them, who is a serial winner and it didn't end well. We have Mourinho, who is also a serial winner and it didn't end well. So Ange came from Celtic where he just won the league. So maybe quality of league where he's coming from, not exactly, but in his right, we can also say he's a serial winner because he won in Australia. I think it was in Japan or Korea,
In
something
Japan
like
as
that.
well,
if
one
He
in
if,
was
if
in
you
Korea.
ask
Asia.
him, that's what he would tell you.
He
Yeah,
came to
no.
Scotland. I know it was in Asia before he came to Scotland and he had also won. So whether or not he succeeds in sports will be beyond him. I just think there's something structurally wrong with that club. In my opinion, I think Daniel Levy has so much influence in the way he runs the club. He runs it like a one-man show where he just decides what to do. He's the director of football. He's the president. He's the chairman. He's the
No,
so
they
much
have a
power
new. They
resides.
have, they have they have a director of football now, but he
And
still
so
has majority of
Mm.
the say.
you
Yeah,
can have director of football in Madrid and Perez will sign who he wants to sign without your consent.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, something
So
like that. Yeah.
is that then being with his relationship with the press, I think the English press knows how to get under your skin when results are not going
Mm.
your way. If you remember, Klopp had that problem last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a time where his press conference are no longer exciting because those guys and it's their day to day job. They need to sell papers. They need to trend. They need the
Find clicks.
breaking headline and
Yeah.
all those things. So I think the person that knows how to handle them is Mourinho. He will just walk out the moment
Even
the
Pep
person.
self. Pep
Pep
is
knows how
pretty
to
good at
play with
that.
them.
Yeah.
But Pep can
Pep,
be
Pep is pretty
sarcastic.
good at
Pep
it.
answers
Pep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sarcastically.
Pep plays
Yeah.
mind
Now,
games with
now,
them.
now he's very, very sarcastic. It's not doesn't
He's
answer
not he's
questions
not
directly.
angry. He's
Yeah.
just playing mind games with them. And
Oh yes, because
that's,
when you've been 9 years in a place, you should know better the culture. So I think
Mm-hmm.
he has learned that with time.
Yeah.
I think the honeymoon is over with Angie and but really,
He's on
let's
the
even be
clock
honest
now.
with ourselves. What was the expectation? Were you expecting he's going to win the league? I
No,
never
that
thought.
that's actually a brilliant question, right? And I want to use that to ask Jude, like, who are Spurs even right now? When we're growing up, Tottenham were an exciting team that you knew would finish in the top 10. They were interesting to
Mhm.
watch. They were bright and exciting,
Yes.
but there weren't really any this thing, right? Then in the last like
They were
10
like
or 12,
Brentford.
maybe a better version of Brentford because it's London, it's high profile, all whites, and they have a storied history. And then in the last like 10 or 12 years, when Pochettino came, sorry, before Pochettino, I think Redknapp and then Gareth Bale, and they started becoming a really strong team. And next thing you know, they found themselves in Champions League final, and it's like they're confused. They don't know if they want to be competing for trophy or if top four is their objective. They spent 65 million on a striker from Bournemouth in the summer, Solanke. So like this from a point of view, is Tottenham like should we be considering them big four, big five, big six, big seven? What should the expectation be for Tottenham and Big Ange?
I actually, I'll probably be an Arsenal fan now. I don't think we
We
should
don't want
be
to, please. Thank you.
we should, we should be rating Tottenham that highly. The
Interesting.
problem that we are having is the Mourinho effect and the Conte effect is what is making us see them that way. They are
No, but they
still
did well on that. They
the
did well
same
under
people
Poch.
under
No,
the
Poch.
but
They
same.
did well under Poch.
It's Poch that took them to
Exactly. To new
yeah, it's
No,
heights.
Poch that took them to
Bosch
final.
taking Bosch taking them there. Let me explain to you. Bosch taking them there is like you seeing Atletico Madrid in the final of Champions League.
Right.
Will it happen again? Will it happen in the next 5 years? If they tell you Atletico now will enter Champions League in the next 5 years, can you predict that? No.
Okay, wait. So, but the difference is that after Poch, I think they felt that they needed to get another manager to take them to that next level, right? So
I think
let's add
what
another
probably
team to the. Hold on for a second. Let's add another team to the conversation. Aston Villa, right? Another team who is trying to make that leap from good team to title contender, top four. This thing like shouldn't Spurs be allowed to if they
no.
want now?
When you're looking at it from the two coaches
Let's
are
look at it
way
now.
wide apart. You
Okay,
can't compare Unai with Poch. That somebody handled you can't be comparing Unai with what's this guy that took over after Ferguson? What's his name?
David
Moyes.
David
Moyes.
Moyes.
Moyes. Because Moyes handled Man U, you think they are the same level. Even Ateta and Unai, I'll still pick Unai over Ateta. When it comes to like give him that hand, right? Give him that. What happened with Poch is, like I said, even at Chelsea, I told the Chelsea fans, Poch would never do anything. You had the opportunity to sign Enrique. If you want
Mm,
to do something good with your gameplay and improve your football, Enrique was a better person over a better manager that you'd have gone for than Poch. You
yeah,
understand? So I think moving up to the next level is one thing. I think Poch lost his
zeal.
desire to
Yeah.
coach, that zeal to move them, to motivate
Huh?
them
Chelsea
after that
frustrated is that.
Champions League. After that Champions League. And ever
But
since then, he's
they were
just
selling
been
their players and they didn't sign anyone anymore.
it,
Yeah.
that's the problem with
So
Danny Levy. Danny Levy will always set you up. The first season you come, you'll buy like 3 or 4 people, make you think team is interesting, and then the next season he will now tighten the budget. Nothing is coming out. It's
yeah,
now up to you
but
to do magic.
Ange just apparently is spending these 2 seasons. He spent almost
They spent a lot of
480
money.
something,
Look at what
485,000
they are
Yeah.
pounds.
buying. Look at what they are buying. It is not just
No,
Solanke
but
and
that
one
then
other
that
guy.
then becomes a structural question, right? And Dr. Toes, this one is
Are
for
you
you,
buying
right?
what the player, what the coach wants? It's the same thing Chelsea was facing last season. Are you buying what the coach wants, or you're buying what you feel like this thing? It's just like what I was saying about Chelsea. I think someone was saying the person was looking at it as MLS kind of thing. You buy the
Yeah.
players now to sell them in the future for bigger price.
That's why they're
So
giving
what's
them
your
nine
goal?
9 year, 13 year contracts now.
Is
Yeah.
it your goal to win something? Are you working with the coach? Will you play better under this guy? I feel like, to me, Anger is not going to be sacked. If he's going to be sacked, it's probably going to be like towards the end of the season, because I don't think anybody will want to take that job. So anybody are
I
going to
mean,
hire is going to be a mediocre coach.
Dr. Toes, let me like this one for you. I mean, it seems like Tottenham's expectations have clearly changed. The appetite has grown. They clearly want to win something, right? And I think they clearly feel like that they're in and around and they should win something, which is why, as you noted, they spent a lot of money, and which is why Ange is talking about the fact that he wins stuff in his second season. I saw Simon Jordan talking about how this year Ange has to win something. I know you guys hate Tottenham. If you can find a way to be objective also about this,
No, I'll
right?
be objective. I'll be objective.
Do you think they should be expecting or judging Ange by a trophy, or do you think they should be content with just to be invited to the Big Boys Club?
Right. So again, I'll start with the way I look at football nowadays. I look at football the way owners look at football, which is that football is a business, right? So Daniel Levy's ambition, as Mourinho and Conte has tried to tell us, that it is top four, right? Mourinho qualified, was going to play a final. They sacked him because he did the owner didn't think they're going to make top four. So even though Ange has the desire to win, he's always saying this: I want to win, I want to. He's trying to change the mentality of the players, at least to win the cup, win a trophy. But at the end of the day, Levy still won the top four money, the Champions League money. So I think the only reason why he's going to be sacked is if he doesn't make top four. But if he happens to make top four, they will be fine. I don't think Levy cares about the trophy or not, because, for example, if you win the League Cup, it's £100,000, right? You spent way more than that in signing Solanke and
Yeah.
Odebear, for example. So that's nothing. £100,000 and £100 million. Which are you going to go for, right? So there is, look at it as a business. Even their stadium is a business. There is like go karting under. They're doing tourism. You can climb the roof and jump down. So it's just about money. And if their bottom line is money, Ange is not the right manager for that club. So either Ange is going to try to walk away the same way Conte walked away, or he has to make top four. Otherwise, he's going to be sacked. I think that's as objective as I can be with the Tottenham
So okay, I mean,
hierarchy.
Johnny Boy, jumping here, right? I mean, do you think it's unreasonable to expect that a manager would be able to get more out of these players, right? So let's say Daniel, let's take everything that Toto said as facts. Daniel Levy's business model is to maintain top four. So he doesn't want to aim too high. He just wants to spend so that they can be able to make top four. Last year, I think when they were playing against Man City, it seemed as if it really upsets Ange that some of his fans wanted them to lose,
Even
And
some
Son
players
and the
too.
players.
and the players too wanted them to lose so that Arsenal would not win the trophy, right? So I mean, where do you fall on this thing? Does Ange need to walk away? Can a different manager do better at Tottenham? Because for a while Conte looked good. For a while Ange did look good as well.
So I think what's happening with Ange is that he's discovering what other managers in Tottenham or at Tottenham have discovered, that Tottenham is it's not all about winning, just like Dr. Toto said. Like, there's some clubs that like, for instance, Man City's owner, you can hear when he was talking, it was all about winning. That's all he cared about. So that trickles down. If my owner is all about winning, guess what's going to happen? The staff, the coach, everybody is all about winning. But Tottenham, you could tell, that's not the
Yeah.
case. So even if Ange wants to win, if the top says, "Oh no, what we just want is just shampoo money," the guess what? The players also know that, because the players are going to more look at what the management needs than the coach, because the coach can be sacked, but let's be honest, 11 players can't be, right? So they will mostly fall in line with what management wants than what the coach wants. Ange can be replaced tomorrow,
But let's
right?
let's not add. Even me saying this does not mean that Ange does not have any
No, he
tactical
does, he
errors
does.
that he's doing. Like, I think
He
he's also
Because
stubborn,
that's how I'm
but
looking at it too. He's cooking beans as far as I'm concerned. All this
no,
like highline.
he
Like
is,
I don't
because
buy it.
even putting Spurs, like putting Son on the left to be hugging the touchline. Son is a finisher. He's getting old. Why are you making
he
him
is
to hug the
because I
touchline?
know
Like,
that I know
things like
that
that.
That's what I
Van
was
Van
about to
der
say.
Ven
Like, he needs to get
he
Son and the
he
other
relies
guys
on Van der Ven,
scoring.
because Van der Ven is like I hear he's like the fastest in the league or so. So
He's the fastest in the league.
he's banking on the guys' pace, but at the same time, you should forget that having pace is one thing, right? But defending is another thing. You can have pace, but it can be useless. E.g., Walcott. No offense, but that's the truth.
Okay.
So
Walcott is not useless. That's a
no,
myth.
no, no.
He
You
scored over
understand what I
100
mean? Like
goals, but yeah,
you-
move on.
pace will not bring
I don't
rate.
understand what you mean. Please
Trial rate is the
don't
same thing
don't
as
insult
well.
Walcott like that.
Trial rate is the same
Wow.
thing as well.
Let's not Walcott like that. Rashford will
So
wish to have World Cup career, but let's go
so
on. Yes.
I think
Yeah,
Wow.
he has a better career. He
I
doesn't
think
lead
I
it.
think what Ange
I didn't expect us to be defending Walcott
not
on this
No, no,
episode.
no,
I
no,
didn't
no,
have
no,
that
no,
on
no,
my
no,
legal
no, no,
card.
no, no. There's too much insult on Walcott. You can say any other person. No,
The
don't.
I think
next
what Ange has to
orange.
do, Ange has
Yeah.
to like figure
Mm.
out a way whereby he can both please Dan Levy and also please himself. That's what he has to do.
Right. Okay. I mean, so like this, yeah, Tottenham is playing Brentford at home. On Saturday. Score prediction. I mean, this is going to be hard to call. I don't know if Pep was whining Thomas Frank, but he seems to rate Brentford and
No, no, no.
Thomas Frank very
Have you guys
highly.
not watched
So
Brentford against City? The games is always very tough. That's what Pep is saying is not like I said the same thing as
yeah.
well.
Absolutely. In fact, there was a season he beat
Exactly.
City home and away.
Yes, 2 seasons ago.
Thomas Frank is a
What?
his teams are
Yes,
tactically
especially against the
disciplined.
big boys,
They are
against the big
positionally
boys. Watch
very
them against the big
aware.
teams. Watch them. The way they
Yes.
set up.
Yes. Remember when they came to
Yeah.
the Premier League, their opening game was against Arsenal and they
Yeah,
won 2-0. So those
Mhm.
guys are they're
exactly.
well drilled.
Especially against the big
Thomas
teams,
Frank is doing a
Yeah.
good.
they know everything.
Yes, yes.
Frank will end up in,
But
in
Brentford is
Tottenham at
above
some
Man U now.
point.
They're on the same
Yeah.
point
But
as Man U.
unfortunately, Wizard is injured.
Oh,
Hmm.
That's yeah. So it's likely going to be a tough game. My prediction will be 1-1. Tottenham Brentford 1-1.
So let's continue. Johnny Boy,
who's
your
home?
prediction. Brentford Tottenham. Tottenham is at home.
Tottenham 2-1.
Jude.
I'll go the same. Tottenham 2-1.
Okay, I'm never going to predict a Tottenham win unless it's too obvious. So draw. I'm going to say draw. 1-1. 1-1 for me. Okay. And Dixon,
Oh god.
Brentford 2-1.
2-1 Brentford.
Those highlights, I think
Rain.
those shit.
I'm also changing to 2-1 Brentford. No, let's do draw. Let's stick to draw. 1-1. 1-1.
You just said their striker is injured. Who wants to score that goal? I said
Mbeumo
no.
is there.
Solanke is
Mbeumo
there.
is
Yeah,
there.
Mbeumo
Mbeumo
is
has
Mbemo,
still
scored.
there.
Mbemo
He
cannot do
has scored.
everything.
yeah.
No,
It'll be tough.
No guard is
Yeah,
doing something. I mean, is it Nagard? I mean, no
And it's
guard. Let me
Tottenham.
just
It's
say.
White Hart
um,
Lane. They just lost against Arsenal. I don't expect them to lose the game. It'll be a
let's
tough one, but they won't. I don't expect them to lose. That's my.
let's move
Set
across
pieces. Brentford
the
is good at set pieces. So, my guy.
They
Tottenham are
actually
rubbish at
have some
set
kind
pieces.
of pressing game that was playing against Arsenal that I saw, and I think they might want to capitalize on those chances that they've been missing
let's
so
move
far.
down. Let's move down the blue line to London Derby.
Ooh.
West Ham, I don't really get what they're doing, right? I like them under David Moyes. You knew what you were going to get. Hard to beat,
Hmm.
hardworking players. If you're going there, it's going to be a tough game. Long the ball, Antonio to bring it down. Moments of magic from Kudus or Bowen. That's what you're getting. With this Lopetegui, I think they're trying to do, style of play, football, but with Wan-Bissaka and Bowen and people who may not necessarily be able to execute what they're doing. On the other hand,
Hmm.
Chelsea, if you ask Chelsea fans, Jadon Sancho is now the best thing since sliced bread all over my timeline.
Hmm.
So like this one for me is a hardcore, right? I also want them to fail. Like I want Sancho to fail.
What?
I would like I want I want Chelsea. I want
So much
Chelsea.
beef.
Um I want Chelsea to fail as well.
Problem.
So
You're just defending the hag. This is a ridiculous.
no, no, it's the
He
team
has
I
left.
support now.
He has left you peacefully. You still want him to
No, no. Okay, see, the only condition under which Sancho can succeed is if United are also succeeding.
Wow.
Right? But if we're not having a good season, he cannot have a good season
Me, I
because
want him
if
to succeed so that you people will be
no,
ashamed for that. I want
that's why I
people
want him to fail, right? So like, I mean, this game for me is hard to call. I don't buy what Chelsea is selling necessarily either. I'm not convinced. I thought the Lavia Caicedo midfield would have been, really strong, but their defense, Levi Colwill, Fofana, they seem error prone. Cucurella, I don't know if he's a number 10, number 8, say right winger, a left winger, or a left
Mhm.
back at this point in time. So I don't really buy what Chelsea is selling. Jude, do you or how do you see this West Ham versus Chelsea game going?
with my Sancho in there. I can. I think I'm not seeing anything you're seeing. Oh my
Uh,
God. because the gameplay I saw, I don't know if you saw the gameplay.
I didn't
I
watch Chelsea's match.
appreciate it.
No.
You should go and watch it.
Now,
You
no,
see,
no, Sancho now. No be tip
no,
tap.
it's
Is
not about
is
Sancho. What I'm
normal
Yeah,
saying
Sancho
is,
pass
now.
one to one to one to one to
Eh,
one to one to one to
he's
one
in
to.
that team where there are people that can play that kind of football. Not when
okay.
he wants to play to Man U, the left back is still at my two, waiting for him
Mm,
to come. Like you play football and make it look that flair is there. You enjoy the game. He's enjoying the football. So me, I
mm.
feel for me, it's going to be like a tough one. It's West Ham's home. If it was Chelsea's,
Do you think he starts? Because Chelsea's lineup
he
right now
might.
is Palmer, and I think Neto.
That's,
And,
Madueke,
that's I
or
They
think
played Neto
Madueke.
on the right and they put Chelsea.
Maresca might just have that pressure to start him. I think you should probably bring him on like he did the last time. Give him a couple games from the bench, and
Mm,
then you can start playing him in. He'll probably get that momentum and build up from there. So for
yeah,
me, I feel like Lopetegui on the other hand is trying to do something, and the other guys too. The front that they have, though, Bowen and the other guys are also experienced in the league
Kudus, yeah.
against that Chelsea's defense that is not reliable that much. It's only Cucurella that has that. I don't know what Spain gave to him in that team, but he has been a different breed going forward and coming back.
Mm,
So for me, it's going to be a narrow lead if anybody is going to lead. Like it's going to be a
yeah,
narrow, it's not like where somebody is going to beat somebody like
yeah,
3-0 or 4-0. I think it's going to be a narrow game. But
yeah.
Chelsea is interesting though. Chelsea is like they're playing a kind of football that you expect them to fail and they succeed. They just go there and do something and conjure something on the pitch and succeed and just succeed there. So
Yeah, Dixon. I mean, on with regards to Chelsea, right? Last game it worked. People are hyping again this Santos stuff, but that goal that they scored, Nkunku like dribbled like 7 players, pushed like 3 people away, and then scored. Right, but like so, it was a moment of individual. I'm exaggerating, but it was a moment of individual brilliance. Um,
he didn't do much.
that's from my own POV as
That's your
well.
whole side.
he
Is
didn't
it
Santos
even
didn't
goal
do
even do
well
or
in
a
much.
the
Sef, don't
game?
game
mind them.
generally.
Two.
Even me too. I didn't
I
I
don't know
didn't
which
see
side
much he
of
did
the
there.
TV. That's why he won. That's why he won.
Both,
That's why he
both
won man of the match now. After how many minutes?
Now
the
watch now.
game,
He's
the
not
It's
game
getting
and
Chelsea
the
it.
that
pl-
it's
and
Chelsea that gave
the
him man of
play
the match.
itself.
But
There was
for
not much.
Dixon,
He just
I want
cut
to ask
and
you two
passed the
quick
ball.
question, right? First one is Chelsea. If you see anything there, if there's any there from perspective. The second one is about West Ham. They spent a lot of money. I think they have a new stadium. They brought Kudus. I think they've signed Paqueta. They kept him despite the fact that City offered them a lot of money for Paqueta. They brought in Wan-Bissaka for some dollars, like over the summer. Um, what kind of expectation? Put yourself in the fan of a West Ham, in the shoes of a
And they
West Ham
also
fan.
added Inks, Danny
They
Inks.
added Danny Ings as well. Imagine you were born and raised in West Ham or whatever. Put yourself in the shoes of a West Ham fan. What would you be expecting of your team, this year?
To make Europe.
Okay.
The expectation would be to make Europe as if I was a West Ham fan. Because that team, you look at the team, you look at the coach. This is somebody that's coached Madrid, and it doesn't get bigger than Madrid.
Yeah.
This
And that's a Europa League as well, to be fair.
and this is a team that
Against Man
can
U.
True.
hold their own against anybody. Okay, and one thing I think they have going for them is the core of the team when David Moyes was there still remains.
Still there, yeah.
In fact, off the top of my head, I'm struggling to see who has left, and I'm not sure I'm seeing. Okay, I
No,
think
yeah.
Aguad at the back is because
Mm.
it's in my FPL and they said he has been sold. But apart from that, I don't think there's any other person, maybe one or two that have left the squad from last season. Having said that, they've also added Wan-Bissaka, they've added Inks, who also scored a last minute equalizer last
No,
week.
Ing was there since Moyes, but he was not playing
Was
much.
Inks? Yeah, oh, it
Yeah,
felt
Yeah.
like
he
a new
came in
signing
last.
to me.
I
Oh,
think it
okay.
was injured or something.
For
Yeah.
Chelsea,
Yeah.
for Chelsea, my personal bias, I have no, it doesn't make sense in my head that a big club like Chelsea makes Jackson a guaranteed starter.
Wait,
You
just
cannot
wait.
have a Jackson as your starter for a big team like
I beg,
Chelsea.
let's not even
It's
start.
okay
If we
if he
start
was
Jackson today, we
guaranteed
might not end it.
starter
I
in
don't. I don't know.
maybe Ipswich, maybe Fulham,
Wow.
but you can't have a Chelsea.
Barnsley, Abby. Mm.
You can't have a Chelsea.
He had 14
This
goals
switch is
last
even
season,
too
or
big. What
14
are you talking
EPL goals
about?
last
More
season.
than your
He
last
had
You know
With
the
14
Jackson,
problem
I'm
with
goals.
you know
seeing.
the problem with this statistic.
You got. You got it. You
four,
got it.
But
four,
goal is
four.
a goal. Goal now
Yes, he
goal.
scored that trick of 4
Home and
against
away.
Spurs.
Guess what?
Yes.
Guess what? I think 6 of those goals were
Goal
against
like
Tottenham. I
goal.
think
That
if I'm not
tally
wrong, I
me.
think 6 of
No,
those
you know
goals
the
were
I
against
problem with
understand.
Tottenham
Though.
again.
statistics.
Non-penalty.
That's why
No, I'm talking
Non-penalty.
about
I'm not a fan of
yes,
statistics
and
because,
home and away. Thank you. That's what I mean.
like
Home and
Fatih
away. Score
Terim
them
said, the
both home
former
and away, I
Turkish
believe.
coach, is like miniskirt. It doesn't reveal everything. Now, on paper, you saw Jackson scored 14 league goals last season. That makes you clear. However, if you actually watch Jackson, per the chances he was given, he should have scored 60. And then he's scoring 14.
Thank you.
Remember,
Thank you.
Yeah.
okay, Dr. Trove is an Arsenal fan. Remember when Adebayo was being praised that he scored plenty goals, and then they analyzed that the chances he got should have scored at least double of that amount. So it's not enough that somebody has scored 14 goals. How many has he?
Is
What? Okay,
Ikorodu
look, how
Haaland.
economics now.
When it
Look at
mattered.
Is
efficiency,
Ikorodu
making the
Haaland.
most out of resources. How efficient is Jackson? He needs like 6 chances in a game to hit the bar.
Thank
No,
you.
I mean, but
Maybe
like, okay, but like,
9 to
let me
score.
let me push back a little, right? I mean, what do you really need Jackson for when these days Man U is playing with Xerxes, Arsenal is
Thank
playing
you.
with Havertz, Liverpool plays with Fabinho. Jackson can run. Wait, hold on. Jackson can run, right? So the idea with
He
somebody
can
like
hold the
Jackson,
ball up. He can
he can
pass.
hold the ball up, he can push the line, he
Yeah,
can
but
push the
everything,
line forward,
everything
he can
cannot
push
work.
pin the
Everything
other
cannot
team
work.
back. This is theoretical argument, too, right? He can pinch the other team
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he
And
has
we have
one
That's
we
what he
one
have
does.
blessing you didn't mention. He has positional sense. He knows how to be
True.
in the right place.
Exactly.
He won't finish, but
right,
he will be in the right place.
right, and we have Kopama, Ballon d'Or nominee.
Hmm.
We have Kopama. We have João Felix, very talented. We have
Yes, Sancho.
Nkunku. We have Sancho. So goals. There are people that can score
Madueke.
goals. Madueke, people that can score goals, right? Should Chelsea fans really be concerned with Nico Jackson?
Yes, because the club makes him a guaranteed starter. They should be worried. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'll be losing my mind. You
Mm.
can't have Jackson as the first name on the team sheet.
But who
Every
would they
other
play
week,
up front now?
Nkuku is there.
you can play. Why would you have Nkuku on the bench and start Jackson?
Jackson.
Explain to me like I'm
Is
10
it
years
Kuku a
old.
striker? Is it Kuku a striker or a number
If you're
10?
a coach, who would you rather start
Those
up?
strikers.
So would you rather have
I don't
Jackson
No,
as
understand.
a
I wouldn't
So
play.
striker?
I
you
wouldn't
just
start
you
Nkunku.
bought him
The
to
only
be
problem, the
off
reason
pressure
I
and
won't
put
play
him on the
Kuka as a
bench. That's
striker
what you
because he
bought
will
him
not
for.
put
Would you
unnecessary
rather have
pressure on him
Jackson as a
like they're doing with
striker?
Havertz. He's not. Nkunku is not. Nkunku.
Leipzig.
No, no,
No,
no, no.
what I'm
Different
Nkunku is
saying
more
is,
managers
like a
have different
supporting, a
tactics.
supporting
Jolinton
as
striker.
was a
good as
striker
Nkunku
Nkunku
until
is
is,
Howard
not.
made
Is
do you
check
think
it.
he should be
Even when he
assisting
was in
Jolinton
Jackson?
number 10.
PSG
So
and
yeah.
Leipzig, he was never the main
Sorry, sir.
striker.
Go ahead.
As good as Nkuku is, do you think he should be assisting Jackson or Jackson should be learning from him?
Yeah, yeah, true.
Jackson should be his understudy.
That's what we're saying. That different managers have different ideas, right?
He should.
Dr. Tools, where I wanna, you guys are rocking with two Chelsea. What we
Yeah,
call
well,
them now? Two Chelsea transplants,
true.
two Chelsea throwaways,
Three, three,
True.
two
three, three.
Chelsea three. Who is the third one?
Yeah.
Uh,
Sterling, Jorginho,
Havertz.
Havertz.
Oh, okay. Selling Jorginho and Havertz. Right. So I don't know what to make what you make of this situation
They should come
where
and collect.
Chelsea are doing worse than Arsenal right now, but
Mm.
Arsenal seems to have use for Chelsea's rejects. Very interesting dynamic or
No, no,
phenomenon.
no, no. It's not Chelsea's reject. Chelsea's underappreciated.
Okay,
Right? That's the terminology.
It's just nomenclature. It's reject.
Is
Maresca
underappreciated.
told Sterling, "You are not
Underappreciated.
in my plans this season." That's reject.
he said you're not the type
Please
of winger that
reject,
I like.
reject. I beg, reject.
Exactly.
I
That's
agree with you.
underappreciated.
What type of winger is
Underappreciated.
that Sterling is not? That is really like so. Actually, I
Anyways,
mean,
let me answer your question directly. Yes.
no.
They are,
I'm
they
not asking
are,
question
they are
yet,
all
right?
reject.
So
They are all
that other
reject.
one is
Please,
was
all of
setting the
them.
table. So like I mean, in that context, right? What do you think of this Chelsea squad? Because if you ask some people, right, this squad is goated. This squad is gonna like they can just click on everything, right? With Sancho, as Jude was saying, Sancho, what's the other one's name? Palmer,
Madueke,
Madueke,
Palmer.
Mm.
João Felix, Nkunku. Lavia,
Hmm.
guys, all the best. Do you rate the squad?
Yeah,
Do you rate Chelsea's prospects? I forget what you put them on your top four prediction or
me
your
neither.
season
I forgot
prediction.
it.
They're not in
But
there.
you know, no, they're not in the top four. Definitely not. I don't think they're in my top
Not even
seven
the
either.
top six.
But I'll say he's on the right track. If he continues this way, maybe next season they're going to gel. Looking at their style of play, looking
If
at
he's
the
still there.
identity that what they're trying to build, like there is something there. There is substance. It's kind of like company in Burnley. You can see what he's doing, but he didn't have the
Hmm.
players for it. And now he's in Bayern Munich and they're scoring 9 in the Champions League. Things like that. The players are going to gel. However, if for this game in particular, you will say Chelsea has the upper hand because obviously they are in more of form compared to West Ham. But West Ham are at home, and at some point you have to win. So I'm expecting that the game is going to be a tight. It's always a high scoring goal anyway. West Ham knows how to beat Chelsea over the years, but if Moyes is no longer there,
Hmm.
um, I think Lopetegui is going to be sacked before December. That's a different conversation for another day.
Sackwatch,
He's
okay.
a,
Hmm.
he's an attacking minded manager.
Yeah.
But but for this game, Chelsea West Ham has to do something. It's a London derby. I'm expecting like a 3-2 type of win. But in
Interesting.
terms of your question of Chelsea's prospect, I think they have a bright future ahead of them. Their players are like they have 5-7 years contract. So I think in 2-3 years, they're all going to blend together.
I'm assuming
That's
Johnny Boy
that's
is not
how I
with
feel.
us, so follow up for you, right? Where do you
Mhm.
place Maresca on the style of play spectrum? Pep, Ateta, Klopp, Van Gaal.
I'll say I'm forgetting the Crystal Palace manager's name. What's that his name? Is they play similar style of football to me from what I can recall.
I
So
mean, the
it's
fact
on
that
that
you don't
guy's level.
mention, let's say Pep, Klopp,
It's more okay. It's more on Pep. It's
Ancelotti. Okay.
more
Mm.
Pep esque type of person. But I'm saying in terms of stylistically, it's more like Crystal Palace manager because they tried their wingers are not really touching the flanks like Pep and the Mateta. They are more come inside
Coming.
to kind of score. Kind of like the attacking Gareth Southgate, I would say, if that's the best way to put it. All right,
I
so
saw one of those like analysis videos that compared him to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That is just it's 4-4-2 with vibes and inshallah. But
mm,
maybe we'll see how it goes out.
mm.
Let's stay in London and segue to the game of the weekend, right?
Wait, can we just predict? I said 3-2
Oh, three
West
two
Ham.
West Ham.
3-2 West Ham, yes.
Me 2-1 West Ham. West Ham to win.
Okay. Dixon.
2-2. Draw.
Okay. Desmond. Jude.
I'm thinking either you or him, one of the above. West Ham will win. They need the game to win, and then
Okay. By how many
Chelsea
goals?
needs a reality check. That's what I cannot calculate. I think 2-1, but my heart
1
is
0.
telling me
Okay.
3-2. So
Okay. 3-2.
no, 2-1. Let me go with my head.
Okay. And Johnny Boy.
I'm leaning towards a draw. Review me because definitely this is a go Gallop or go first. Okay, let me go West Ham win 2-1. Just because they're home 2-1 West Ham.
Might actually be 3.
Okay.
3-1.
So which are we changing to 3-1? Are we sticking to 2-1?
3-1 West Ham, please.
Okay, confirm. Yeah, back your chat. All right then. Yes. Let's go into the game of the weekend. Super
Hmm.
Sunday.
Game of the weekend, Super Sunday.
Alan,
Tactical battle.
Alan,
Tactical
Patrick.
as in tactical masterclass. I think one of the things that fascinates me about Erling Haaland, right? One of the good players. I mean, we've been arguing
Yes,
about
bro.
whether or not Haaland
We're
is a
not,
legend.
is Haaland we are starting with? Okay.
Yeah, aside with
Okay.
Haaland, we've been arguing about whether or not you can call Haaland a legend as it is right now, right? Can you put Haaland in the Drogba, Van Persie, whatever list you have of your top 10 Premier League strikers of all time? Is it now the time to put Haaland in the conversation? Because he has destroyed the betting odds when it comes to goal scoring, highest goal scorer. He has destroyed FPL when it comes to the price. Like he's essentially changing the way people look at things now because he's a guaranteed, goal threat. Quick 10 seconds round robin on Haaland, legend or not. Starting with you, Jude. at this point in time?
Uh, for me, I think is leaning toward a Man City legend. The reason why I'm giving him is because of the Champions League trophy,
Not for the Premier League in
not
as a
Premier
whole.
League. Premier League legend. I still think he has to win maybe two more leagues and with some golden boots
Wow.
for me to classify him as that Premier League legend.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
status is for people who achieved like
He already has two. Oh, you know that, right?
two
Wait
more.
now.
Okay,
Exactly.
Dropper has how
Haaland.
many
Dropper has
for you
only
to be
one, if I'm not wrong. Dropper has only one.
the Premier
One
League.
league? No.
I'm talking about one golden boot. It's not golden boot we're
Not
talking
golden
about.
boot.
One,
I'm talking
yes,
about the
one golden
league.
boot.
Like
That's
score
it.
the goals, but win more league for you
Okay,
to be
he
classified
has
as
two now.
Premier
He
League.
has two already, right?
So when it gets to like three
Dropper
or
probably
four,
has three, I guess.
uh, for me, I still think he still
Okay,
maybe
Dropper
give him
has
one
four.
or
He has
two more
four. He
seasons,
has
then we
four.
can
Three,
rate him
three
to
with
that level.
Mourinho.
Wait,
Hmm.
so this is
And
Haaland's. I
and
mean,
comparing two different time time frame. Now I think the teams are less defensive than before that you have to
But
crack your
that
leg
shouldn't
to
matter. That
score
that
those
shouldn't
goals.
But
matter.
wait.
can I just jump in here quickly? Sorry. Because for me, if I want to put my hating aside, he's a legend. He has created a record, 36 goals in the league season. That is
That's
legendary.
what
If
that's
someone
what I
does
would.
something legendary,
Bro, he has. This
he's a
is
legend.
bro. He has
But
scored.
and
Hey.
he's won a treble. Like he has two leagues already in like 2 seasons. He's a legend. But let us put our hate. If we are still to say it, put our hating,
Bro,
then
if
we'll say it's an
Alan Shearer
icon.
is praying.
It's an icon, and then when he finishes, he's going to be a legend. Yeah, that's it. Done.
Alan Shearer
10
is praying
seconds.
that he leaves Premiership early because if he does, the rate is going. He will beat his record. That's to tell you how crazy Alan is.
We'll probably lose the Premiership in the next 2 3 years.
Obviously, he will.
But
But
then they would have smashed the record if it's caught at 36. I'm joking. I'm joking.
bro,
If
Alan has more goals than Arsenal and some other teams already in the league. Just his goals alone this season. I've played only 4 matches.
16 Haaland, your verdict on this Haaland conversation.
Until very recently, I thought to be a legend, we have to factor in longevity.
Hmm.
But when I was reading about Bellingham and I saw that Birmingham retired his jersey after
That's a
one
good one.
season,
Birmingham.
it made me have a second thought. So, on the back of what he has done, I think we can say he's a legend. Because, like Dr. Tove said, somebody who has done something legendary should be a legend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He has
Let's
broken the
add
record for the
some.
most goals. He back-to-back league golden boot. He's
Mhm.
on course for the next one. So if he does
Mhm.
three in a row, I think it's only I don't know if Thierry Henry did three in a
No, he
row, but I know
already
he did two.
I don't think I
what
already
two,
did three. I
two
don't
back
think I
to
already
back.
did
He
three.
didn't do three.
Eh?
He never did
no,
three.
He did
Only
back to back
he
once,
did
but he
back to
didn't do
back.
one.
three
He
in a row.
never did treble. Never.
He has four golden boots, Thierry Henry. So that means he did back-to-back twice.
Yes, but he never did
Maybe
Yes,
treble.
like
but
Like
not
one
three in a
three
row.
at his street.
because himself and Nistelrooy had 5-year rivalry and he won 4 of the 5. Meaning he
Mm.
did back-to-back twice if he didn't do
Twice,
three in
yeah.
a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
So it's a big deal. If he does three in a row, then I think it's safe to say he's a legend.
As of now, Haaland is so sure, like the odds of highest goal scorer in the Premier League is so sure that his odds is minus something. It's like minus 500. That's Haaland's
Unless he
odds to
gets
be
injured.
to be
But
the to be the top.
even if he gets injured, he will still win it because last season he was injured for 4 months. I still won it. There's no man. He has already scored 9 goals, so those 9 goals he has scored is giving like a buffer.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
And in
let's be honest. How many apart from maybe Watkins and maybe who else can I
Salah.
beat my and say okay and
Maybe
Salah.
Salah.
There's no other person I can beat my and say this
But
person
I
can
don't
not
think
this
guarantee me
he's
Salah
20
Salah
league
now.
anymore.
goals,
Not this Salah.
Rashford
Salah
is
that had
coming
20,
back.
Mane and
20,
Firmino for Tottenham.
20 league goals.
Not
Rashford,
Salah
do
of
say
the that
Rashford,
had
Fair
Rashford,
Mane.
enough.
so
which
even this
Rashford?
I don't follow
Fair
you for
enough.
Rashford
that
in
one.
Ghana, Rashford in Ghana,
Exactly.
Rashford in Man U.
Three goals in 2 games,
I
Abby.
don't follow you for that one, Jude. Yeah, you're on that one. But let's use this
I
to
said beat your
segue.
chest.
Havertz is behind
Let's
now.
use
He's
this to
scoring every
segue
match.
to the game that you guys want to talk about the last
Jude,
game,
don't worry,
Arsenal
don't
versus
worry.
Arsenal versus
Let me.
Tottenham, right? Because as good as Haaland is, it appears that Arsenal's defense is on point, rock solid, right? So Gabriel and Saliba had a very strong showing against Tottenham last weekend. So did this guy, what's his name, that played left back, Timber.
Durian
Julian
Timber,
Timber, one of
the
my favorite.
magnificent.
Fantastic player, solid guy. Arsenal defense seems to be on point. That was the highlight of
Calafiori
the
is
game
coming
against.
back too.
that was the highlight of the game against Tottenham to me. The Arsenal defense is rock solid. I think for all the work that Arteta has done, that seems to be the strongest this thing. I'll start with the Arsenal fan because yeah, you guys bodies have been eating you to hype your club, right? So what was your takeaway, Dr. Toe, starting with you? What was your takeaway from the game against Spurs?
Well, the takeaway was what I already said before the game started. Look, Arteta has already given us the confidence that to know that, hey man, against Tottenham, yeah, we're going to ball. We're not going to lose. We might not win, we're not going to lose. But now we've done 3 in a row at their turf. The takeaway is that even though Ben White is shaky, Thomas Partey is shaky, Jorginho is shaky, he has mastered the art of defending to the point whereby Saka is not only just offensive, he's also defensive minded. Like
Martinelli as well.
Martinelli is not also
Martinelli ball that I was surprised
offensive;
he
he's
tried.
also defensive. Kai Havertz was also defensive. Like everyone marking each other in the
Yeah,
defense. So
there was
that was a good, that was definitely a good shot at the weekend. We've played 11 away games since 2024. We've won 10 out of 11. Only City has a better record again than us. So what does that say about the weekend? We'll talk about it. But
So where's
North
the
London
venue for
derby
this weekend's game?
at
Etihad.
City
Etihad.
at the Etihad. But yes, North London is red and always be red.
Always
We
red,
moved from
man.
Woolwich, the south. We dominated the south. Moved to the north. We dominated the north. Everyone should relax. We own
Noisy,
London.
noisy
mean,
neighbors.
That's my takeaway. You know what I mean?
I get that you wanna take that away from the game, but just to offer some mild pushback, the game that I saw right was Tottenham guns blazing. It seemed like with a different striker, if rain fell maybe or something, a different like if somebody had eaten cocoa instead of cornflakes in the morning, a different day that game could have had a different outcome, and Tottenham could have scored a
Yes,
few goals. So
but
does the amount of chances that they were able to create give you any
no.
concern? Okay.
No, we know this. We
They
haven't
didn't
seen
really.
this
They
in
didn't
Manchester
create a
United.
clear. How many
We've
clear cut
already
chances
seen
did they create?
we've
They didn't create much
exactly
clear cut
we've
chances.
seen
I don't
this
know
in
what
Manchester
chances you're talking
United
about.
this season. Manchester United
Mm-hmm.
will have position, the ball possession, they will huff and puff, they'll hit the ball over the bar, all of that. It doesn't matter. You can have all the
Okay.
possession. They are the ones Tottenham are at home. They're
Mm.
expected to have more
And
of
I
the
expected
possession, they're
them
expected to try to go
exactly
for
with
the
all the
game.
missing
But it
guys.
doesn't mean anything because at the end of the day, when it mattered, right? Their striker could not do anything.
Right.
Son was missing. Madison was
No
missing. Bernard
chance. There was
Johnson
no breathing
was
space for
scared of
them.
Durant Timber. Like,
No breathing
come on.
space, man.
So
I,
I'm
I know
guessing that
that your takeaway is that if the chances fall to Haaland or De Bruyne is going to be different.
no,
But the
we're making conversation now. We're just trying to expand the conversation and discourse, right? And Johnny
yeah,
Boy, I'm assuming that you agree with Dr. Tove's takeaway that like Tottenham did not offer anything in that
they
game,
define
and
clips. They define clips.
that Tottenham did not offer anything in that game. And despite the
No.
fact that it was 1-0 from a corner, right? Arsenal dominated, and it was just business as usual.
I
Even
So
with
think,
they
that
I
don't
think
shot.
no,
dominate.
no,
They
no, no.
don't dominate.
Arsenal
It's a
didn't dominate.
defensive
Let me tell you the truth.
Okay, sure.
What Arsenal did there was what I expected them to do. They were missing
Okay.
Odegaard or missing Rice. So basically, two of their main midfielders were gone. So I expected Ice and plus Califori was gone too. So I already knew, okay, fine. Arteta is going to go there to go and defend because let's be honest, it's still Tottenham and it's their home. So I mean, you have to give them that respect. So what he did is what I expected. But I expected more from Tottenham because you're home, and for the fact that these guys are missing this amount of players, it should boost you and say, oh, you have to do better. But just like Dr. Tu said, they huffed and puffed, nothing. There was no,
Wait,
I
so I
can't remember,
mean,
there was no
when
clear
you say
cut chance they
expected
had.
more, wow, okay.
I
From
expected more, like I expected more, the way, like normal, before probably 3 seasons ago, Tottenham at home used to be a difficult fixture for Arsenal. Like they should come out guns blazing. Like they go for it. But they didn't do much. They were
Okay.
relying on set pieces, and set pieces the best. One of Arsenal's greatest strength is set pieces. I think they have like the best defensive record when it comes to set pieces. I don't think anybody has scored us from set piece
Scored the
in a
most
long
goals,
while.
3 goals.
I think
Yes,
we
Yeah,
scored
and
the
okay.
most
even
set
defending
piece
set
last
pieces, they're also good too, as well. So that's what Tottenham now. That's to tell you how good Arsenal were. That Tottenham had to start relying on set pieces to try to break down Arsenal, but that didn't still work.
Jude, I mean, I don't know if you see it the same way as these guys did, but I definitely, do not see as rosy a picture for Arsenal
Nobody
as
said
we
it was
did, but
rosy. Nobody said you are the one just putting.
Johnny Boy, I'm putting spice on it. Yes.
If you had
Um,
made this mouth before the game, I would have been against you. this is where he's here saying rubbish. I just think I just think it was it was more about Arsenal. What I used to say, Arsenal is more composed defensively, and that really helped them in that game. But you cannot say there were no moments where you were like, I don't know, maybe from you people being an Arsenal fan, right? Me being a
No,
neutral
nobody
fan, I
said.
saw
I didn't
those
say there's no
opportunities.
moment. There is
Yeah,
moments.
You
There
guys
will
are the ones
always be moments
confusing
yeah,
in
that's
things.
something.
games.
There are moments. There were moments
You
he's
guys
trying to
beat
deny it.
Barnsley.
He's
You
trying
guys
to say
beat
that
Barnsley
there was
7-0.
nothing,
Didn't they
that
have
they were
Guy, this
moments?
all
is Tottenham versus Spurs now. Which
They
one is
had
Barnsley
moments.
in
So
this in this
it's
I
what
don't
you
know,
I'm
scenario?
can't
like
saying.
I
A
say
like I
Premier League team
said,
will always
they
have
had chances,
moments.
but what I mean,
they were
clear
just
cut chance that you say,
unlucky
oh,
to not have like their strikers or their attackers being in that mood of let's kill this
This
game, let's do all these
then
things.
that's what I'm saying. Because
Solanke
Arsenal never
is
gave them those
65
chances.
million.
That's what we're saying. They didn't give
Hmm.
them chances to have those clear cut chances you're talking about. That's what I'm saying. They didn't give them. That's why they didn't have it. And this,
You know some goals. You know
Tottenham's
your
best
goal
player
was not
was
even, your goal was
Kulusevski.
not a clear cut chance.
The, eh?
Your goal was not a clear cut chance.
Is it not part of football?
That's what I'm explaining to him. They were also
What
sending
did
the
I
ball
what did
in
I
there
say? What
for
did
this
I say? I
kind of
said that's what I
opportunity.
expected from Mateta, knowing fully whether we're missing players. So what I
No, you're
expected
trying to
Arsenal
say
to do
like,
was to
Three
go
of
and
our
defend.
three of our
there was
4 goals
some time that they
against
were
Tottenham has been
pressing you
set
and
pieces.
there was nothing like you just expected. Oh, they will place the ball over the bar. Like
I mean,
you,
yeah, is an interesting POV, Dixon. I mean, where do you fall on this conversation?
I think I missed the first 25 minutes of the game. So, but from the part I watched, the latter part of first half and the entire second half, I think it was a cagey affair. And you like Johnny Boy said, we didn't expect Ateta to come out guns blazing, knowing that he's not with his full squad. He has to
Mm.
make the best what's available to him. And I think I expected more from Spurs, which we didn't get. Because I expected at least they would score a goal.
Yeah.
It's your
Exactly.
debut. I expected
Because
them to get a
I went for a draw because I expected them to come out good. And not yet. Even their fans were disappointed.
I didn't expect them to score.
I'll stay
Their
with
fans,
you. I'll stay with you, Dixon, right? And let's use
I
this
think
now
it's
to
also
Chelsea
a
segue
won
into.
2-2.
testament to something Mateta has done. Arsenal has been defensively very solid
that's
for a while.
Ateta's strongest strength is defense.
Defense,
I don't think
yes.
his strong asset is attack yet. Defensively, he's
Right.
sound. I won't,
I want to stay with Dixon. I want to stay with you and follow up and use this to segue into the game this weekend, right? Because it's going to be strongest defense in the league. No, I can't remember the stats that April mentioned. I haven't considered the 114 out of 13. This one down, this one down versus our legendary Haaland. Who do you think is going to come out on top in this game, right? Because so far, I don't think Rodri has played a game so far this season.
no, he has played. He
Yes,
has played.
Um,
He played
He
last
came.
weekend and he played
He
today.
played.
he
He
came in
played
as a
against
sub
Brentford
last
He came as
weekend.
a sub.
He came in
Against
second half.
Brentford, yes.
and they played today.
He,
90
he was
minutes.
given an extended holiday, so which is something I
right.
was saying in the last episode that City they are vulnerable at the beginning of season. Pep gives some of his players extended holiday,
With
so
9 goals, Haaland.
No, I mean, so how do you see playing now, right? Because Arsenal, as from
this
Arsenal
weekend
perspective, yeah, this weekend, strong
I
defense,
I
great,
see a very
huge form, strong defense
very
in
low
form, but they're
scoring
missing
game.
key players. Okay,
Off the top of my head, I'm anticipating a new draw. Like last season where they will tell us we're doing
Defensive.
chess masterclass.
You're going to see a defensive masterclass this weekend at Red Arteta.
Absolutely. I'm
calm
anticipating a
down, calm down, Johnny boy.
that's what I'm anticipating. New draw where
No draw.
just be
Okay.
both teams will be so if you look at last season, their game at the Etihad, City were not even attacking, they were also defending. So it was a case of both of them thinking who scores first will win the game. Like both
Mm.
teams
Exactly.
went into that game with the assumption that who scores the first goal will be the only goal. And
Yeah,
both of
like a
them,
knockout blow. Yeah.
yeah, so both of them had their foot on the, they were both having their foot on the brake. Everybody was playing with so much caution. I anticipate same thing will happen this weekend. New
Yeah.
draw and prediction.
Jude, because we'll do ourselves first before we go to the Arsenal fans. So Jude, how do you see this weekend
For
playing
me,
out?
it just depends on which Guardiola that thumbs up.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
If it's the yeah, no, it's up to the Guardiola that thumbs up. I don't think your defense is that solid enough to match them if they want to attack you. I
It
don't
is,
think I,
please.
I think Arteta will not come out to play the ball. He'll probably want to contain. That's what I think Arteta will do.
We are the away
Then,
team, duh.
eh?
Don't mind him.
We are the
We are
away
the,
team.
No, I'm not
even
hating. I'm
even
just saying that
Real Madrid didn't
that's his
well,
only, that's
Mighty
his
Real
only
Madrid.
best option to do. He can't come
No,
out
no,
and
no,
be
no, no, Jude. He
attacking.
didn't say you are hating. He said they are the away team.
Oh
Even
yeah,
eh,
So we
okay.
are saying we are going to
even
draw them.
Almighty Real Madrid, even Almighty Real
So,
Madrid when they
to
came to
me,
Etihad last season,
to
they
me,
defended.
if
Almighty Real
Guardiola
Madrid.
overtakes, the thing is, if the Guardiola overtakes the match, it's going to be a boring 0-0. Or in a case where they score first and Arsenal score first and they come out to attack and score.
I
If
think
But if he's left to like in a game where he's not like micromanaging or trying to be conservative and those players come out to play, right? They'll probably go with the win. But for me, I still give them the win. I will give them the win because I think Pep is trying to gather the points as early as possible. He doesn't want to be choked with games. So I
Who have
think
they
he's
played?
trying.
Who has Man City played, please?
That's
What's
why
your
this
prediction?
match now
wait,
is a
gentlemen,
test. It's a real
I
test of Arsenal and also Man City. Are they
mm,
going to retain the title, or is Arsenal like quality enough or mentally okay to challenge and obstruct? So me, I actually would not want you to just defend. I want to see you also counter. That's what I want to see Arsenal do.
Thank God you're not the coach.
dude.
Thank God you're not the coach.
That's what but that's
No,
you need that
dude,
point.
you
If
raise I
if
think a
if you
fantastic
if you actually don't go out to win and you defend, there's going to be an error.
Dude, you raise I think a fantastic point, right? And I was gonna disagree with you when you said the pressure is on Pep. I think the pressure more is on Ateta.
I didn't say the pressure is
The
on
reason
Pep.
why
I'm saying
no
like it depends on who
The pressure is
Pep
not on
gives you.
anybody. Sorry, I disagree
It's
with
not
you
let
the
too.
no
pressure is on
guy
Ateta,
wait
please.
first now
The pressure is on Ateta.
you
It's
get
not on
your
Ateta
chance to you get your chance
because
to say your own
he needs
opinion,
to
right?
win this game. If he doesn't win this game, or at least show some signs,
He doesn't need to win the
it's
game.
going to
I
be
disagree.
questionable.
You disagree. That's fine. Jude,
Yeah.
I agree with you, right? And my own POV for this game, Arsenal Man City game, is that Pep. The reason why Pep is doing this is like sage mode. Is he has seen it all, done it all, right? At this point, he's everybody's father in the league. The person with a point to prove is Arsenal, and I think you raised a very important point because last season the takeaway from the game at Etihad, but based on what Roger was saying, what everybody else was saying, all the commentary afterwards was that Arsenal needed to show that they did not come to Etihad already feeling like they were second best, already feeling like they were worse than or beneath City. And Arsenal fans themselves pointed out when they beat Aston Villa early in this season, Dr. Toes himself and other Arsenal fans mentioned that that was a step that they needed to get over, being able to beat Aston Villa away. So I think Arsenal is coming to this game with more to prove. However, if you play against Tottenham, because you boys say, oh, it's away, so you expect it. If you play against Tottenham the same way you played against City,
No,
guaranteed
no, City against Tottenham. This is
goals.
how we play against Tottenham.
It's going to be goals, and I think there's going to be goals. I think City are
You
going to
can't you
win.
can't you can't play the way you play against
Hey,
City
hey,
against
hey,
Tottenham now.
hey, hey.
Let him finish.
Let me finish. Yeah, I think City is going to win. I think they're going to be goals, right? I think the difference in
After all
quality
the drama, we have come to the end
when
point
you
now.
have when you have somebody like De Bruyne and Haaland, I think that quality, that extra
Sorry, let me
quality.
let me cut it short. De Bruyne may not play this weekend. He limped out.
Exactly.
Guy, De Bruyne is playing. Don't worry.
It's mind
Um,
games.
De Bruyne is playing. Don't
Mind
worry.
game.
And I don't think Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal, especially without somebody like Odegaard. Odegaard, who I rate and respect as a very good player. I think Odegaard added that extra level of quality in attack that Arsenal would need in a game like this. Essentially, especially because you don't have a striker. But Johnny Boy, you have been itching to come out and this thing. But
He
we
wanted
went
there,
through
so his shoulders
and
are high.
now we went through Haaland. We talked about how
When
good
is mine
Haaland
playing
is.
Tottenham?
If he plays
Calm
the same
down.
way he played against Tottenham, he's probably going to lose the game.
We talked about how
But
good Haaland is. We talked about Pep being a
I'm,
legend. We talked about Arsenal versus Tottenham, how you expected Arsenal away at Tottenham to be cagey and everything, right? This is away at the Etihad. What do you expect? Let me ask you like this: how can Arsenal win this game from your perspective, right? Given everything we know about like City, how do you think Arsenal should approach the game to win, or should the objective even be to win? So
Well, to me, my objective is not to lose. So it's either a
Okay.
draw or a win, but don't lose.
So you
Reason
play
being
not to
that,
lose.
yes, being that it's still early in the season, and also you don't really lose much now. So as long as you don't lose the because Arsenal's already 2 points behind City right now. So if you lose, that's fine. That's a lot. But if you draw the game, it's still 2 points. That's fine. You can still make it up in second leg. But 5 points, even if second leg, that's even if you win it, you still have 2 points behind, right? So to me, go there, don't lose. And I disagree with you in the sense that the way they play Tottenham is not the same way he's going to play Man City for sure. The way Inter Milan play City today is what I will play against Man City. Exactly this, and that's the best way to play Man City. Stifle the spaces. Don't give them any space. Because Man City thrives on spaces. That's where they thrive. That's why they like to hog the touchline. Because when they hog the touchline, you leave them to have that space.
Yeah.
But make sure you don't give them
Boy,
space. They
boy,
can't do anything. Yes.
this is the problem you're having, right?
Yeah.
You're going with the mentality to go and defend
That's you
them.
see, Odechi, right now, the a point, 1 point is a good point right now.
1 point. See, I feel like if you dominate that game and they lead you with one
That's what
zero,
I'm trying to
it
tell
passes
you.
more.
Arsenal
It,
doesn't need to
it,
go
it
there to
passes.
dominate. That's
It
what I'm
passes
telling you.
more message mentally than
Premier,
you going there
the
to
Premier
defend.
League, the Premier League is a marathon, not a race, right?
It's a marathon, not
I
a
don't,
race. But
Arsenal doesn't need to go there to win.
I
Win
need
is
you
going
to
to be
understand that
fantastic.
if
Don't
you
get me
actually
wrong.
draw, or lose this game, it might affect your subsequent matches.
I love
Nah,
this. I love
it
this.
wouldn't. It wouldn't. It
Dr.
wouldn't.
Tooves,
It
Dr.
wouldn't.
Tooves, I want to
I'm
And
just
I
and
relying
want to
on
hear.
that partnership.
show to
I'm
cut
relying
you off,
more
to
on the
cut you off.
partnership of
The best
Declan
way
Rice and
Arsenal
Jorginho.
can win this game is to play
They're
the
going to help
way
you in the midfield.
Man usually plays City.
Who? By the way, who? Man, you.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, which
Wow.
is
Okay.
no, calm down. Let me land now. I've not landed.
I just want to hear what you're saying now. Come.
It was
I
dirty
just want
now.
to
Let me
understand.
land.
Okay. Okay.
It's the
In
same
the
message.
sense that,
You have to learn from the
when
eye.
you're countering City, you have to counter them with pace, right?
Mm.
And pace in terms of everybody's on the front foot, and then finish your chances. Because we saw last season, if what's his name, Trossard had squared that ball to Martinelli, he probably would have scored. I would have won. All this nonsense we are hearing now, we would have heard it, right? So
Give me
those are the
your starting lineup.
those are the five matches
No,
I'm
no,
talking about.
Havertz. Rice is playing, right? Rice is playing, right?
Rice is
Rice is
back.
on
Rice
the
is
wing.
back. Yeah.
Okay, so give me your starting lineup for this
So,
game.
oh my god, I love Timber, but I have a feeling that Ateta might play Calafiori just because.
I doubt
Give me
that.
your starting. Give me your starting
Calm
lineup.
down now.
Big
That's
Johnny
what I'm
boy.
saying. So my starting lineup will be Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, White, Rice, Partey, Timber. Yes,
In
and
midfield.
then yes, Timber can play
Okay.
midfield. I don't know.
No, yeah. I also need to be sure. That's what you're saying.
That's
Yeah,
your
go on.
starting lineup, not the starting
Oh,
lineup you
that's
think
it.
Arteta will play.
That's what I'm saying. Now allow me to land, my guy. There's
Yeah,
Saka on the
land.
right, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, Havertz in the middle. Simple.
Okay, score prediction.
I would have started Trossard, but the problem is that I don't trust Trossard starting. That was the
think they
problem
will
with
even
Trossard.
Yeah. Score prediction. Your own score prediction.
Now this is hard now. 1-1.
Okay. Dr. Tools, I mean,
Yes.
this should be a fascinating, I think, game. I'm looking forward to your channel, your individual channel, or your after the game reaction, right? First, I want to hear your
Yes.
thoughts on what Johnny Boy said. Whether you should play not to lose, or if you see any sense in what Jude is saying, that the mentality in which you approach this game matters. Because if you want to take that next step of winning, you need to come to Etihad.
Can I also say something, Sean? Just a minute. You know this guy is saying is garbage, no offense. You know that when Pep goes to Anfield, what does this? Pep goes to Anfield not to lose. That check.
Oh God!
Pep
Yes.
has
Johnny,
a very bad record
Yes.
at Anfield.
Because he
He
has the
always goes
mentality
to
that
Anfield.
Liverpool will still lose other games.
But you know the
But
reason, Johnny Boy,
When it
the
matters.
reason that
What?
is, you are right. I'm not disputing. The reason is because Klopp has a better head-to-head against Pep.
one man's food is
Klopp
another
is
man's
the only
And the
poison.
same
coach that has a better
I
head.
want to hear what
and the
Dr.
same
Tools.
way Ateta
I want
has
to
a
hear
poor
what
record against
Dr.
Pep.
Tools. I
Let me
want to
ask you a
hear what
question,
Dr.
Lebere.
Tools feel.
If John,
No,
Johnny Boy,
Jude, calm
Johnny
down,
Boy,
calm down. Let's hear from the other Arsenal fan.
when Pep goes there and they score him, do you think Man City responds immediately? As opposed
They're
you
always
going there
scared.
to
They're always
defend.
scared.
Oh
No,
no
they
no no
come
no!
back, they
Johnny Boy
turn the
has a
game to
point,
2
dude.
1-1.
Johnny
Most
Boy has
times,
a point.
when you
If you
go,
watch
when
Did
you
you
City
go
watch
at
with
their
that
game last
Anfield,
mindset,
season? Did you watch Man City
if you
Liverpool
watch
last
City
season
at
at
Anfield,
Anfield?
do you think
Pep
if
went there to go and draw the game. Even they even
I'm
said that
telling
you
you,
can even watch. You
Pep
can
going
even
there to
tell
draw the game. Pep going there to draw the game is a more balanced mentality than
how.
Arsenal going to Etihad to draw the
How is
game.
it
If you
balanced?
go to Etihad to draw the game, let me explain something to you. If Liverpool scores the goal not at 90th minute, even at 88, Jurgen Klopp is not even sure of taking that lead home. They can still equalize that goal. But can you bet on
Jude,
yourself that Arsenal can
Jude,
come
Jude,
back if they score you
Jude,
at
why I
88
want
or even
Jude,
at 60?
why I want Dr. to speak up is because as Arsenal fans can differ on this thing, right? The same way United
Exactly.
fans, we all differ on our feeling
Ten Hag.
on where the club is going, everything. I think for this one is for the individual fan to answer what they expect from the team. That's what I want to hear from you, Dr. Tools. What's
All
your
right.
expectation? How do you feel about this debate of coming not to lose versus coming with a mentality change?
Right. So first things first, thank you for plugging my channel. Please check out Dr. Tove's Corner on YouTube. You can see my reaction on Tottenham, and you'll see my reaction about the Atlanta and the game against City. But yeah. So my individual expectation is that we should go and win. I'm not going there to draw.
Mm.
My individual personal win. In a parallel universe, I'm expecting us to go there to win. And I'm going to explain why. Right? Because we Arsenal so far under Arteta are better away from home. Right? Most of the points that we drop are usually at home. So if we go there to beat Manchester City, we know that we can still have another kind of Brighton game again throughout the season. But if we go there to draw, and we also have more draws
Mm.
at home, then we're going to
Mm.
be dropping more points. So I would hope that Ateta actually goes there to win instead of going to draw. But on the other hand, we know it's Manchester City, right?
So
Kevin
you
De
have to be
Bruyne,
pragmatic.
exactly. Kevin De Bruyne
Exactly.
is on form. Haaland is on form. Gundogan has a point to prove. Bernardo Silva plays well against Arsenal. Ederson is on form, right? We don't have Odegaard.
Phil
Odegaard
Foden is
plays well
there, Seth.
against as a Foden is a kind of come on the
Even
bench. Savino,
Grealish looks good
I'm not
again.
worried about
Grealish looks
Savino
good.
because
Even Grealish
Timber is
looks
going to
back to his
handle it.
best.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Grealish either. I'm just worried about the
Hmm.
normal guys, the good
Okay.
guys. But if I was going to do a starting 11, I'll play similar to what Johnny Boy was
Wait,
saying. But the difference,
Party and Rice
if
in
I
midfield.
if if I was, but knowing Mikel Arteta is going to
Wait,
play
are you
exactly the
saying
same
you will
starting
do the
11
same
again.
thing as Jenny, but you will play three of them in midfield: Timber, Party, and Rice?
Yes,
Okay.
because Timber has played defensive midfield. When he inverts, you can see him. He's very,
Exactly.
very
He
defensively
hasn't played
sound,
that
and he's
for
very, very
Ajax self.
creative. He has the pass. He has the
Yeah,
crossing. Like he shoots like
exactly. And then
he
you allow
he
Rice
plays
now
it
go
better
forward. That's what you do.
than Zinchenko. But I'm not Ateta. Ateta is going to play exactly the same 11 that he played against Spurs. The only thing I will hope he changes is that he makes Trossard the number 9
Hmm.
and Havertz is a striker, because that's what he was doing in the later part of last season, right? Because I believe that Havertz is more efficient in the midfield compared to Trossard. Against Spurs, Trossard was non-existent. Yes,
So we had
he was very, very not in the defense, but in the midfield, he didn't have that pass, he didn't have the pace, he was not able to fight anybody. So if we can make that slight change, I believe we will have a chance to do something.
follow-up
But if he
question,
plays
right?
exactly the same 11, then it's going to either be a draw or a lucky win.
Follow-up question,
But yeah.
right? Because we talked about Man City's strengths, but from your perspective, like, where do you think Arsenal can win this game? Where do you see like Man City's weaknesses? Where do you think they're vulnerable?
No, if Arsenal is going to win this game, it's going to be set pieces again. Like, because
Yeah.
that's our strength. So it's
Mm.
going to be set pieces
And
again.
counter like United.
But in terms of open play, I don't see anything, because the game is going to be as cagey as it was last season. But this time, the only difference this time is that Haaland is on form, and so he might shoot from anywhere, and he scores. He shoots right now, he scores. So I'm a bit worried about that one. If it was towards the later part of the season, I won't be as worried as I am right now, just because Season has begun. Everyone has ginger, So that's the only slight worry that I have. Yes, we might defensively minded. We don't have Odegaard. We don't have that little midfield spark. So that's my little worry. But I'm still expecting at least a draw. But my expectation or my hope is that we go there to win.
No,
Yes.
I think you make an important distinction, right? And this is for your benefit, Johnny Boy, because there's a difference between in the 70th minute you decide that you can take a draw. You decide that you settle for a draw. There's a difference between that
You know,
and coming into the
I
game.
didn't say I was opposed to Arsenal winning, but I said the mentality I
No,
would take there,
of course you're
just
not opposed to
cause,
it.
just because of the position Arsenal is right now. We are already 2 points behind City, right? Going three, adding another three, making it five at this point of the
Now, let me let
season.
me let me just ask Johnny Boy this question: who is likely to drop points at home throughout the season? Manchester City or Arsenal?
At home,
Yes.
I would say Arsenal.
Okay, so why wouldn't you just go and win away then?
No,
That's
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
the way
I
that's the
don't
way I look
mind.
at
I
it.
don't mind us winning, but me, I'm looking at the
Of course,
point
you
of
don't mind.
No,
Who
but
who who
what
who
you're
minds?
missing, Johnny Boy, is that I think what the point that we're all making is that once you come into the game with the approach of thinking about maybe you settle for a draw, you're already exposing yourself. Dixon, jump in. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to ask the Arsenal fans, of course, you guys can also make your comments. Considering this new Champions League format, where you're not
yeah,
necessarily playing any team twice,
yes.
do you think game against Atalanta will have any bearing on how Ateta will approach Sunday's match?
And it shouldn't. To me, it shouldn't.
Just based on the way we played in the Champions League last season, the answer is no.
Yeah,
The
it
boys the
shouldn't at
boys
all.
head the boys head are screwed on winning the Premier League. They are more focused on the Premier League than the
And
Champions
the
League. So I
Champions
don't think
League.
it
Okay.
has any bearing at all.
And also, this Champions League, you have more rooms
No,
for error.
I'll
To
be
me,
I'll be
that's why I see
surprised.
it. You have more room for error in this one. More games.
Yeah, you're playing 8 teams, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Wait, so I didn't get
Yeah.
your own
Prediction, yes.
prediction here.
So my prediction is 1-0 to the Arsenal.
yes, let's go.
1-0 to
Okay.
the Arsenal is my prediction. So Sean, what's your prediction?
Oh, I said 3-1.
3-1
Who?
Yeah,
to
Man
City.
City to Man City.
Hater.
Haaland hat-trick, Abi.
No,
Yeah.
no, Haaland to score at least one goal.
Okay.
Arsenal at this point, I think would have to have a perfect game to win. It has to be a
But
perfect game where
if you ask
everything is
me,
working in their favor.
I feel this is a good time for. So at the moment, Arsenal is the best title contender to City. I think this is the best time to play
True.
City. Like I keep saying,
Yes, the best time to play season,
City is
beginning
what
of
many people
season.
are thinking
Yes,
of
that
serious.
first part. The first part.
Rodri
Yes.
might not play
True.
for all you
True.
care.
He will play.
Kovacic might start as
The,
DM
the
for
way
City
the
that day.
way the way Pep was like, letting him in slowly, coming at a sub, playing the Champions League
Now
is
he's going to
building
play.
him to
He's
come
going
and
to
play.
play because he played 90
Yeah,
minutes today. Now, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
he knows he needs
I
he
know
needs
what
Rodri.
And people
what I'm
forget
just saying
that.
is
People forget that Rodri's coming back from an injury too. Remember that because remember the Euros
Yeah,
final. He
true.
left
what about
halftime
Stones? He gave John
because
Stones
of,
an extended
because of an
holiday.
injury.
Like my point is, City at the
So
beginning don't really click. Like this is the time you can take point off City.
Yeah.
but Stones is not
Hypothetically
his first
speaking,
choice.
hypothetically speaking,
Stones
if
is not his
Wizard,
first
I don't
choice
know if you
centre
watched their
back
game
here.
with Brentford over the weekend.
Oh,
If Wizard didn't injure, the way they were pressing City, they would have gotten a second goal.
Okay.
Wizard
I'm
injured.
not even surprised because Brentford knows how to play,
So for me, this is
especially City. I
the
like the big teams.
see, if you like, press it like bread. Haaland will still score goals. That's
Yeah,
anything you
that's
want
my
to
only
do,
panic.
If we,
right?
if we
Just
score goals, doesn't mean you
well,
score Arsenal now.
he's going
Nobody's
to
arguing that
score.
one.
He's going to score Arsenal. He's going to score this weekend. If you want, we can put
Exactly.
money
That
on it.
decides
He's
the
going to score at least
right.
one goal. Uh,
Can we just predict, because we've spent so much time now on the episode, can we just predict some of the other games and then we wrap up, if that's okay, guys? Sorry.
yeah,
Right.
let's wrap
So
up. Yeah.
Aston Villa Wolves. I'll start by saying Aston Villa 3-0.
Who's
Villa.
home?
Villa at home. 3-0 Villa is my prediction. Johnny Boy.
2-1 Villa.
And Dixon.
yes, I go with Johnny Boy 2-1 Villa. They are on good form now.
Okay. Jude is not a show.
And Villa like to concede.
Can't disagree. 2-1 Villa.
2-1 Villa. Let's stay with
Like they can't
you.
keep a clean sheet to
Fulham
save their life.
Newcastle. Fulham
Villa
at
won
home.
today. Fulham who?
Newcastle.
Ah,
Newcastle 2-1.
Who's home?
Fulham.
Fulham.
Craven Cottage. Okay.
Dixon.
Oh,
I'll go with Newcastle. Newcastle win. Maybe 1-0.
Okay. I'm going to go with a nil-nil draw. And Johnny Boy, what are you going with?
But Fulham is good at home. Oh. Nah, Newcastle. Can I put them in my top 5, believe? So I give them 2-1.
2-1 Newcastle. Leicester Everton. Another Asakiko match.
Two idiots playing each other. You know, I predicted Everton to go down. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
I think the most fascinating thing I've seen from Leicester is that apparently now Ndidi is a number 10. I don't know if you guys have been
Yes.
noticing, but now like Ndidi is playing behind the most attacking of the Leicester
To be
midfielders.
fair, he
You know,
has good passing range normally, so I'm not surprised.
He has always
Yeah,
had
that's
it.
why I'm not surprised that he's there.
I think they've only just made him
yeah,
too defensive.
Hmm.
So that passing were not really.
He just needs to add goals to his game. If he can add goals to his game,
He
he'll
did
be
in
good.
championship last
at,
season. Few of their
at one
games.
time when he was rated very highly, he was considered as Man U wanted to. I think a couple of teams
Yeah.
were in the market for Ndidi.
It's
But this
Nigerian hype.
game,
Nigeria. It's Nigerian FA hype.
honestly,
Forget that too.
El Sakiko. I don't know if I could care less who wins between both of them, but I think maybe this will be the time that Everton will finally get
They've been scoring
a
goals.
victory. Yeah, I'll say 3-1, 3-1
And
Everton.
leaking goals too now. 4 of them are scoring and leaking
Right.
at the
What's your
same time.
prediction?
So
Johnny Boy.
I go for a draw, man. Two idiots play each other. Draw. 2-2.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You are agreeing to that as well?
I can because I see it as a game that none of them want to lose, so I go for draw.
And both will score.
2-2.
So you're saying
Exactly.
2-2 as
Yes,
well?
I go with 2-2.
2-2.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm going 1-0 Leicester. I don't just trust Everton at all. I think Sean
If
Dyche.
Everton loses again,
Yeah, Sean
did you
Dyche.
watch what happened over the weekend?
Yes.
They went 2-0 up again and lost.
2 up. I knew now. It's not
Happened the
Everton.
week before.
I forgot the Bournemouth. They were leading as 88 minutes. They were
18
leading
lost
Bournemouth 2-0. Are you talking about?
No, so
And they
what I'm
lost in
saying is
6
after
minutes.
Bournemouth incident, you do not expect that will repeat
Mm.
itself
No.
immediately. And it happened again.
If Bournemouth can equalize in 6 minutes, what is a whole half? A whole half is
We
nothing.
didn't really touch on the Liverpool Nottingham Forest game, but let's just use
that's
that
true.
to
That's
predict
true.
real quick. Liverpool, Bournemouth.
The shock
I
of the
would
weekend.
go Liverpool at home anyway at Anfield.
Liverpool.
No, 3-0 Liverpool for this one.
Bournemouth.
Liverpool, Bournemouth.
Oh,
I'm going 3-0 Liverpool. Bournemouth is not as good as Forest. They're not defensively minded, so I'm going Liverpool 3-0.
Forest is
At all.
very, very, very defensive.
And Liverpool cannot lose back to back at home. Nah, I don't see that.
So since you're already speaking, Johnny Boy.
I go with Liverpool. 3-1.
3-1 Liverpool. Dixon.
I go with Liverpool 2-0.
2-0
They've not been scoring much this season.
Liverpool. And then Sean as we round up.
1-1.
1-1 draw. Wow. So no trusting the slot machine.
I don't trust it.
And it's lot.
Let's get Jude's get Jude's predictions for the games.
All right, then Jude, real quick. Manchester City
For which
Arsenal
game?
prediction.
Say it now. Why laugh? We know now. Man City win, right? Say it.
No, I actually see Man City winning.
Yeah, why now do not see if we don't know what we're going to
I
say?
want Arsenal to win to cause an upset. So with my head, my heart goes to Arsenal, but my head is with Man City. So I'm thinking 2-0.
Okay. And Aston Villa Wolves.
Villa to win. I think maybe like a 3-1 or.
Okay. Fulham Newcastle.
3-1.
Fulham at home.
Fulham Newcastle draw.
By how many goals?
Scoreline.
Or no goals?
1-1.
Okay.
1-1.
Leicester Everton.
1-1. Leicester Everton. Everton with the early 2 goals.
Score two and lose.
Two clowns playing each other. Two clowns.
I think 2-1. 2-1.
2-1 Everton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, let's see last
And
result.
then the last one was Liverpool Bournemouth.
Liverpool Bournemouth.
Liverpool at home.
Bournemouth. What else Bournemouth be playing this season?
The
Liverpool.
game against Chelsea was their first loss.
Yeah. So probably 3-0 or 3-1. 3-0.
3-0.
Let's go with
Okay,
3-0.
so basically, as it starts
For
at
who?
match week 4, even though Dixie started predicting late, we've generally predicted 13 games and leading so far the table with 12 points, with 2 correct prediction and 8 outcomes. This
Why is Shehu ahead of me now? Shehu has 8, I have 9.
well because he has two
It's just the
two
prediction.
correct
It's not about
outscore,
the.
2 correct score prediction. You have 1.
It's not as in how you predicted now. It's not
I
by
have
the.
more correct outcomes
Exactly,
than
than Johnny
more correct
Boy.
outcomes
Yeah.
than
So Jude and Johnny Boy with 9 points, Shelty with 8 points.
So I just need one score prediction now to catch
And
up.
Dixon,
Arsenal,
unfortunately,
please help me, Arsenal.
No, score prediction is 2 now. It's just 2. It's 2. It's
And
not 2.
I'll have some outcomes now. I'm just saying I need one good prediction.
the
Maybe Arsenal,
games are
just help
still on.
me.
I think I predicted the Man City on. I predicted Man City scoreline, I guess.
Like,
That's what
yeah.
helps me.
Anyway, so yeah, that's it. Shay will take us away.
last episode was our most watched episode so far. I think 115 views so far. I think also the most likes as well, so, and comments. So shout out to all the first time listeners, new listeners, new viewers. Like, subscribe, keep it up. Run it up.
And send us your predictions as
Yes.
well.
And subscribe to Dr. Toast Corner
That
as
too.
well. Thanks. Quick flow. All right then. Thank you very much. Until next episode, we'll see you guys. Subscribe, as Sean said, and like. All right. Take care, people.